Hi, everybody. This is Deanna J, aka Liberty Girl. Haven't made a film in a while, and actually had a friend uh, ask me to make a film, and so I had I've been so many things on my mind. It's hard to make a film because your mind is swimming with all the details that are going on right now. But today, I guess I kind of want to touch on some things that I'm having issues with, and I'm sure all of you are having issues with. So it's just kind of just my talking to you all, and feel free. I don't know how you do the comments thing on the side, so I guess you have to do that live, and I'm not live. Well, I'm not live. Hi everybody, it's Liberty Girl, Dana J. Nice to be back. I haven't talked to you all in a long time, and thought I'd talk about just a few things that maybe some of you all are having issues with, like me. So, once again, I'm not a pro, so we're just going to have a chat. So, one of the things I'm kind of calling this keeping your sanity in an insane world. And today, it's almost like when you're on a boat and you're seasick, because your eyes are doing one thing and your body is doing another. Sort of this now, it's kind of like your spirit is telling you something, your soul is telling you something, and your mind is showing you something different, and circumstances are showing you different. For instance, we all believe we have a constitution and that we have constitutional rights, but yet they're taking liberty with that, and it's almost as though they don't count. Uh, you can go, you can't, if you go to a trial, your rights may not even hold up. Like the couple that defended themselves on their own property with their guns, and they were in jail, and they almost had to stay in jail, and they weren't going to get, they needed to be, um, they needed to be released and said, good job. You protected your property. We all should have that right to protect our property. So, so it is kind of an insane world right now. This is some of the issues that I'm facing. Um, Number one, if you listen to mainstream, here again, it's like the seasick. If you listen to mainstream news, you are totally on a different page from the rest of us that are me. I don't listen to mainstream news at all, and I'm not on Facebook. I choose not to do those things because it would totally scramble my brain, um, as if it weren't scrambled enough with everything. But I believe the things that are going on behind the scenes because there are things going on behind the scenes. And if you look them up and you read about them, you know it's true. And that some of the things that you're seeing on TV are not true. So your eyes are telling you, media is telling you one thing, but if you look things up, and child trafficking, stuff like that, adrenochrome, do you ever hear about that on mainstream news? No. But if you were to look it up, you would be amazed. Our eyes are now just being opened to things we had no clue of. I think we weren't ready. I really do believe this is biblical. And I believe that the ones that of us that's eyes are opened, our job is to not shove it down people's throats. God always said you plant the seed and he would water it. So that's all you should do. And if you just live who you are, you don't have to shove it down anyone's throat. I find in your home life it can be difficult. Um, my family members, I'm not mentioning, um, are totally different viewpoint than me. totally. And if I were to bring anything up, I would be shut down immediately, and they would be angry with me. So I know I can't approach that subject with them, and I will put that in God's hands. My job is not to pressure anybody into anything, because that's that's not my job, and it wouldn't work. How many of us want to be pressured into anything? It's kind of like, I don't know if any of you understand. Well, you would understand this regardless. I'm a horse person. I have horses, and we were taught that when you teach a horse to step over to one side, you want him out of your way, then I'm hanging that up if I can. Okay. It's a phone solicitor. I got online and I looked up one thing, and now I am going to be bombarded. I can't believe it. I even went on DuckDuckGo so I wouldn't be, I guess I must have accepted cookies or something. Ugh, so irritating. Anyway, um, so I was talking about my family members and how, I just, we can't talk about things. And I kind of lost my train of thought there. Um, those of us whose eyes are open, just do what you can, and don't be pushing it down people's throat. And even in my own household, I have to, if I turn on anything that's political or whatever, my husband falls asleep rather quickly. So that might be his way of shutting me out, but he knows better. I can't. When God puts something on your heart, He drills it in there. And even though I want to not be boring, and I not want to be on this video YouTube things, and not be going to committee meetings or any of the things. Of course, I do love the Trump rallies. No, I have to say that. Um, and I do believe he's a man after God's own heart, just like David was, an imperfect man. But it's his time came, and he's being used by God. I have no doubt in my mind about that, and I have no doubt in my mind that the rest of us, that's eyes are opened, are being used by God. And the child trafficking and that, we didn't know about that. You don't hear about that on the mainstream news. And if you look it up, it's very, very true. It's not, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about, they only talk about what they want you to hear, and to steer you and to control your mind. And they've been doing that for a long time. They haven't told us what's been going on. And it's kind of like, we're kind of like the frog in the pot of warm water, if you've heard of that analogy. Oh, and then, I remember what I was going to say. I'll tell you this too. Uh, the analogy of the frog in the pot of warm water, and they just slowly turn it up, slowly turn it up, slowly turn it up, and the frog just thinks he's in a jacuzzi, and before long he's in a slow boil and he's somebody's dinner. Well, I feel like we're somebody's dinner right now. But what I want to say about the horses, um, in horse world, when you want a horse to move over, they teach you that, and it's the same way with people. You take your fingers and you kind of tap on the horse a little bit, and eventually he'll kind of get a little bit irritated and he'll move a little bit. Now, if you take your hand and you push against that horse, the horse leans into resistance. And that's what we all do. If you push on somebody, they're going to lean into it. And I do the same thing. I'll dig my heels right in if somebody tells me what I have to do. Um, so when you're arguing with somebody, that's really what you're doing. But if you just be who you are, things slowly will come out, and you won't have to push anybody. So in your own home, in your own family, it's not worth it. You can just maybe maybe just be listening to your own things on on YouTube or Rumble, or the people that you like to listen to, the truth tellers, and then maybe they'll hear something, but you won't be shoving it down their throat. So remind yourself, if you're a Christian, the old saying, "What would Jesus do?" And Jesus didn't push anything down our throats. Jesus taught us in parables, and he taught us through our own, letting us find out on our own. He never pushed anything. He told us what would happen, and then he gave us the choice to do it or not do it. But if we chose to not do it and go our own way, we also would suffer the consequences. Now, some people might think that that's God's punishing them, but if you do something like jump off the Skyway, and that's a big bridge in St. Petersburg. And anyway, people used to do that when they wanted to commit suicide. If you jump off that and you die, that's the consequences. That wasn't, God didn't push you off that bridge. Anyways, I do talk to people and share my opinion with people that might be interested, where there's a little bit of an opening, and then I kind of see where they're at, and I only go as deep as they can go. And maybe it might only be that things are worse now, and you might say, yeah, they used to be a lot better, and just go with where they're at. If they're a little deeper, they know actually what's going on. They know what kind of an operation is happening at this point behind the scenes. Then, you can delve into deeper, and even share names of people that you are learning from that have truth, and prove it. And it's not just conspiracy. Call it what you want. That's what the media calls it. Mainstream media calls it conspiracy. But it's not conspiracy when it's coming true. But this is about keeping your sanity in an insane world. Number one, don't watch the media. Number two, don't argue with your family or your friends. There's a lot of good people online that when I'm feeling, y'all, all the truth tellers and truth seekers and people that believe that this is biblical, and that there is a plan, and all the people that they help me out if I'm feeling unsure about things, they're my family. Y'all are my family now. It's the people that share my point of view that keep me sane, because it's like a breath of fresh air. Melissa Redpill, oh my gosh, I owe you so much for sharing the book of Revelation, opening my eyes to it. I saw another person today. I was looking up something. Her name is Marilyn Williams. Oh my gosh, she is fabulous. I didn't find her. I just typed in her name on DuckDuckGo, and she came up. And she knows. She also mentioned Melissa Redpill and read the book of Revelation, and it's it's not scary, people, but we do need to pray. Okay, so that's number 3. Pray, meditate. That will help you rest your soul. It will take a few breaths. Let go of the fear that they're trying to instill in us. That's what they're doing. They're trying to instill fear and anger, so that we are angry with each other. That's what Satan would want. And okay, you don't want to call it Satan. That's what the communists would want. And that's the cabal, and that's our political system, and it's the one world order, and it is the it's that, to me, and the cabal. That's the beast, and yeah, I can't explain it. I'm not a scholar. She's great. Anyway, Marilyn Williams and Melissa Red Pill the World. Freedom Force Freedom Force Battalion. Battalion. B with B. Okay. Great people. Okay. So that helps keep me sane. Um, don't make this political. People keep wanting to do it against the left and the right, the Democrats and whatever. There's evil on both sides. Our job right now is we are fighting evil. We are helping God win this war. I believe it is Armageddon. If this isn't Armageddon, then I don't know how much worse you can get than organ harvesting and the millions of children that have died, children that have never seen the light of day. I mean, it's heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching if you go on and you read these things. Most people, they want to shut their eyes to it. I don't, I, I want to shut my eyes to it too. I want it to go away, but it's not going to go away unless we make it go away. You can't, as far as I know, I have not been able to move a glass across the table by wishing it. It still sits there. Maybe there's some people that have conquered that, but nothing happens until I do something about it. If it's something that I want to happen, then I got to do something about it. Whatever it is, prayer is so needed. If that's all you can do, that's a biggie, because prayer gives angels the strength to fight the demons, and it also pray for the people that are putting on the um, videos, that are explaining and telling us about the Soros and the Gates of the world, and the how they're wanting to change our DNA, and um, just it's a scary world. So prayer, 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 prayer. Just little prayer. Just talk to God. Help, 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 God. We need your help. Be humble. Don't know what to do about it. I need your help, God. I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. I'm sorry this world is the way it is. Please help us. Okay. Do what you can do to be the person that you want to be. So a lot of times people will bring out anger in us and me. And I want to react in an unkind way. But I have found that a friend of mine gave me this advice, and I gave it back to her the other day. She didn't like me for it, but she knows it's wonderful advice. And what it is I had a hair salon, and I just opened it, and I made very little money, not even a quarter of what I needed to make to make this a go. I opened it on a just faith in God that He brought me there. And I was so disappointed, and I wanted to be mad at God, and I wanted to be ugly and feel sorry for myself and whatever. And she told me that when I told her what I made, and I expected her to feel sorry for me, she told me, well, by gosh, look at you, made that much money. You need to be thankful. You need to start praising God right now. You need to thank Him for what you got. And that turned my life around. And I owned that hair salon for 15 years on faith. And it was every time I got scared, every time I got fearful, things went wrong. A lot of times things went wrong. I thought somebody was going to sue me once. I had girls that worked there, and one wanted this, one wanted that. I had to juggle it. I had to go to God many, many times, and I was so grateful. It was the best 15 years of my life that I ever worked. And actually, the other girl went on to buy the salon from me, and I worked there for another 5. I'm most grateful for that. And I think my dear friend, I'm not going to mention your name, but you have been a big influence in my life, and I can't thank you enough. She's also the one that told me to get on here and make another video. So it's your fault. Anyway, um, even pay things forward. Nothing makes you feel better than to, uh, like if you're at McDonald's in line, tell the lady when you put your order in that you want to pay for the lady in front of you, or pay for the person in back, put $5 towards their order, or whatever it is. I don't know, one act of kindness. Open the door for somebody. Another thing is smiling. Most of us, when we're upset or stressed, we're serious like this. And my mother used to tell me my face would get stuck like that. And my sister she was always smiling. I don't know why, but she always had a smile on her face. It's like, what are you thinking that you're smiling? Um, Anyways, even if you just have to think of something sweet or nice, or say hi to somebody, or open a door, or something nice. Let somebody cross in front of you. Don't be irritated when the line is long, and let the person in back of you go in front of you if you're not in a hurry. There's so many simple little things that build character. And the better you feel about yourself, the stronger of a person you'll be, the more blessed you'll be by God. And it's not just because He's going to throw all these blessings at you because you did a good thing, but you're going to know that you're doing right. And that is a big blessing. That you can't ask for more than that. Okay. So that'll help. These are things to help keep you sane. Okay. I'm not really good at, I wish I was better at this meditating, because I can't still my mind very long. And if I would meditate daily or do stretching or something, those things keep you balanced. A little bit of prayer, a little bit of a walk around the block, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of meditating. Quiet your mind. Just take all the worries out of the world, even though it's still going on. Try just to quiet your mind. Okay. Your spouse or your friends or whoever uh, that you live with or friends with, they don't agree, just agree to disagree. You don't have to lose a friend over this. I have friends that are totally on the opposite side of the page of me. You know what? They're good people. I love them. I am not going to lose my friendship over this, because this isn't in my power to change it. It's not in my power to change them. It's not in their power maybe to change them. Maybe God wants them to be that way. Maybe that's, He has a reason for that. Uh, Agree to disagree. You just got to go with that one, because you're not going to talk the other one into it. You can't shove somebody's um, opinion on them. Um, Another thing, get a headset, because I like to listen to my programs from you all the patriots out there. I could listen to y'all 24 hours a day, because you all lift my spirits and you guide me and direct me into what's going on. I don't have that sense of seasickness, because my reality is the reality. And I don't, like I said, don't watch mainstream media. Um, it's all a show from them to take our eyes off of what good is happening in this world. Good things are happening in this world. People are coming down, people are coming down, meaning they're taking them out of commission, whatever maybe they were newscasters, maybe they were drug dealers, maybe they were child pornographer, whatever. They're getting taken down, they're getting taken out. And so my world is not seasick, because I don't allow it to be. So meditate just a little. I have to remind myself to do that. Okay. Your actions are brought on by what you believe. If I believe the stove is hot, I'm not going to touch it. If I believe um, if I jump off the bridge, I might die, then I'm not going to jump off the bridge. If I believe I'm uh, fat and ugly, I'm going to be insecure. If I believe there is no God, I believe that I have to do everything on my own. You are what you believe. If you believe you can't do something, you won't be able to do it. But you can trick yourself into believing. If you choose good thoughts, Satan will throw darts, arrows right through your brain all day long. Negative, negative, negative. You can choose that. Or you can choose um, not to believe it. Just let go of the evil ones. Let them go. Just if that's a bad thought, that wasn't my thought. I rebuke you, Satan, and I'm not going to take that thought on. And you don't have to have those thoughts. So pick the good ones and toss out the bad ones. He'll throw them at you all day long. He'll he'll just demean you and make your world look like it's just falling apart, and it's not. It might be one or two things, and God, boy, if you mention it, God's got. If you mention it, God's got your back. But if you say it out loud, Satan's he'll be just like the phone solicitors. If you mention it, he'll be calling you all day long, bugging you with what the very thing you were asking about. So don't push that button online if you don't want 1,000 phone calls, and don't give Satan any ammunition. The verse in the Bible, I can't tell you what it is, but it's vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It's not for us to be vengeful. Vengeful hurts your spirit. Don't take that on. It's not good. Uh, it doesn't help you, might get you in trouble. The other thing is the song. When I was a little girl, we went to church and we sang the song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to make it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Be the light. Be the little light in the dark room. It doesn't take much. You can't be a fluorescent light if you can't be a candle. So just be the candle. Just let some good light, goodness of you shine through. Brighten someone's day. Um, don't buy into all this negative. Sorry about that. This is part 2. Um, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind to what's going on, and um, I'm sorry, someone was coming in and it was going to interfere. So I hope this is going to flow with my film, my first film. It won't. I know. Darn. Okay. Um, let's see. Where am I? Keep an open mind. When keep an open mind, because this world is changing, and if you aren't keeping up with it, if you aren't open to what's going on, you're going to be left behind. Um, it's actually a fantastic time in this world right now, and I feel the glory of God, and I feel that I am an angel. Not an angel. Well, you know what I meant. I feel like my prayer helps the angels fight this battle. And I think that that's extremely important that we do that. And that will help keep you peaceful more than anything. Um, more than anything. Uh, it had to be this way. It had to be that all these negative things have come out in Hollywood, in government, in the political world, in the cabal. Who who knew? I didn't know any of this. it had to be this way. It had to be that President Trump didn't win, that by however he didn't win. Uh, I believe he's my commander in chief. I always will. And I do think that that okay, I'm back. I was just about to finish what I was saying, and farrier came to do my horse's feet, so I had to pause there for a few minutes. Anyways, I don't even know where I left off, but it's a good time to quit. I hope I can splice the two together. If not, you'll get a video with no ending. And I didn't do an animal this time because I thought my videos were getting kind of long, and I felt it was more important to say what I felt needed to be heard by people, to give people hope, because this is a time of hope, even though it doesn't see it. It's the darkest before the dawn, and it is a battle that God does win. And if you don't believe in God, believe in the system behind the scenes. I know a lot of you hate Trump, and but you got to admit that the world was in a better place then. Look, in less than a year, look what's happened. And this is just the start of communism. Pray that we don't go that way, that there really is a plan, and that we overcome it. And if you can stand up against the system that's trying to mandate you to do things, don't be a sheep. Don't just follow because they say you have to. You don't have to take anything into your body that you don't want to. Um, I know it might mean your job, but it also might mean your life. And I honestly think that there is a one world order, and that one world order would like to see only 500 million people, 500 million or 500,000. It's not very many. And then they're doing robotics. They don't need us. And if you don't do anything, you're going to be one of the unneeded, one of the experimented on. Don't be a lab rat. That's what they're doing. They are experimenting on this. They are not worrying about our life. It's not about us at all, people. It is about the cabal. It's about trafficking. It's about globalist, elitist. It's about being infiltrated. So I would say that maybe we need to infiltrate them. That instead of the bad, the socialist, the elitist sneaking into our world and trying to bring us down, maybe God's people should stand up and infiltrate their world and bring them down. And with God's help, all things are possible. Pray in the name of Jesus Christ to win this battle, win it soon, and pray for a world of peace. And God bless all of you. I'll be on again, and please don't laugh at my videos, and don't say anything too nasty about them. Although I have pretty big shoulders, so you don't have to like me. I hope you do. But anyways, God bless y'all. Bye.